Happy New Day. Great day to be live. All the way live. It's a happy new day and it's a great day to be live. June the 1st, 2020. I'm Yanis the Oracle of Love and Free Will. It is a great day to be live. Peace, love, and light. Wholeness and balance. Ashe to the all. Ashe to Creator. Ashe to the Most High. Ashe to Source. Ashe to the tribes. Ashe to the tribes. Would be. We are awakened. Returning back to our place. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Ashe to our ancestors. Ashe to Mother Earth. Ashe to the 7 African Orishas. Ashe to you on this great day to be live. It is a wonderful day. I just felt led to play that song about the 12 tribes, because we are the 12 tribes. We are scattered. We are here. We were scattered and we were here. And so I just felt led that I wanted to just give gratitude for the awakening, for the ascension, the higher consciousness, which we are. I am so grateful to be living at this time in my life, that I'm able to see a time in my life that my mom and them didn't get to see. I'm experiencing something of change, this awakening, this higher conscious, how we are awakening to know who we are. I am so grateful. I give gratitude to Source. And justice is here. Justice has risen. Justice has risen out of the ashes, as was shown to me in a vision about the bird, the phoenix coming up out of the ashes. And I put it together and connected. It was us. Arising, returning to know who we are, that we're not going to take things no more how we have been taking things. We're not going to sit down with our mouth closed and be mistreated anymore. I'm so glad that we are risen. This is the age of Aquarius. Yes, we know who we are. And I'm grateful because I, self, am law, am master. I, law, am master. I, self, law, am master. Woo! That's powerful. That's powerful, y'all, to know. And I want to read this starting off with having to do with I, self, law, am master. These are the 5 universal symbols. The 12 signs of the zodiac. The science of Moorish, which is we are Moorish, because the 12 tribes, which we also Judah, Benjamin, Jacob, all of us, the 12 tribes. Jacob had the 12 tribes. Judah, Benjamin, Issachar, all of Simeon, Levi, all are Moorish. We all are under the tribe. That's our nationality. We've been called, we are those tribes. But our nationality name, Moorish. So I felt this energy to get on here today and to talk about who we are and to talk about what's really happening right now. Is that we're coming, the bird is coming up out of the ashes, the phoenix, the bird. And so when I was reading this on yesterday, and I had this on Saturday, when it was like it brought to me about the bird coming out of ashes. And so when I was doing my studies on yesterday and I happened to read it, I say, look at this. Look at creative revealing what's going on in this land right now. Woo! All right. And it's the science of the Moorish nation of the Order of Islam North Gate, which is Northern America. We say America, Moroccan, founder of civilization. The 12 tribes are the founder of civilization. The Moorish nation, which is us, initiates, doctor of law in general, should be cognizant of the fact that the preamble of the Constitution of the United States of America has two entities. United States have two entities. When I say two entities, there are two symbols on the money, right? So let me read let me tell you what the entities are. State of America has two entities. The two entities referred to in the preamble are the first entity, the United States, symbolizes the Great Seal. You see how the Great Seal, if I have a picture, all right, I do have one. The Great Seal. All right? Here's the Great Seal. There are two. Look. The Great Seal, United States, is the Moabites, the tribes seal, the federal seal. This is our seal. So when you hear and when you see them talking up there, the Speaker of the House, whoever's talking, the president is addressing the United States. Look and see what seal they're standing under, because if you have recorded any of this, you can go back and you can Google when they're addressing, when the president is just addressing the state, even when Obama was addressing the state, giving the State of the Union address and stuff. Look and see where they're standing at. You will notice, right, that they're not standing under this one, right? Boy, that's so powerful. I'm going to keep reading because I need to put it together. Symbolizes by let me go back. The United States of America symbolized by the eagle in flight, the phoenix bird, which came out of ashes, the fall of the Moabites, right? So when the phoenix came out of the ashes, that was the fall of the Moabites. So what has happened, the shift has happened. And so when they showed me the phoenix coming out of ashes, they showed me the tribes are rising again. The tribes are returning to know who they are. Those that have been labeled colored, black, Negro, coon, all these labels and things, blackish more, not black more, but black, all these labels that they done put on us. I was able to see us rise up and take our place again. So what's happening in the realm right now is the tribes are actually taking back their rightful place in knowing who they are, knowing that they are not going to be allowed things to happen to them anymore. Things will never be the same again. They will never be able to mistreat us anymore, because it's been prophesied, because they have risen. Justice has risen. And another, we've been calling on, I know for me, I have a candle, and on this candle it says, Just Judge. Just Judge is one of the candles that I burn when I'm doing one of the rituals. And on the candle it has Just Judge, and it has the name Jesus, but the actually name, the justice is actually, we've been calling on Jesus, but actually justice. When I was in college, in one of my history classes, and we were studying about slave ships and stuff, African American class, and we were studying about slavery. And so, when I was studying about slavery, we were getting on the subject about ships, right? And so my teacher made a comment and said there was a ship named Jesus, no, but it was talking about the slave ships, and I made the comment, and I said there's a ship called Jesus. So I had to do research and actually find that name of that ship and found that ship, and I did find that ship, the ship called Jesus. So when we talk about Jesus, we actually talk about justice. And so the phoenix has risen, which means justice is on the scene, which means that we are being free. We are reaching higher consciousness, which means that we are aware of who we are now. We are aware that we are the tribes that have been scattered. We are aware we are the tribes that are here. We are aware that we are the nation, the Moorish nation, and we are here to take our rightfully place. And that's what's happening. We are reaching higher consciousness. We are aware that we are not black. We are aware. And so when I say that, I need to clarify that, because those are like bywords. And when my brother was alive, my brother, me and him used to have discussions about bywords, and he used to ask me a lot of questions too, and I used to ask him a lot of questions about bywords. And he was telling me about bywords, and he was talking about black, he was talking about Negro, he was talking about all these different labels and things. At my age, at my time, when I was younger, this is the kind of conversation me and my brother Jumbo used to have. And I'm connecting the dots that my brother was already conscious of what was actually happening in this world. He was aware of how we were being treated. There's so much, y'all. There's so much of how things have been happening to us. We have stood up because we are the chosen seed of Creator. We are chosen seed of God. We are chosen seed of the Most High. That's who we are. And now we are aware of who we are. And those that have been mistreating us, been persecuting us, been putting their feet on our neck. Ooh, that's powerful. Putting their knees on our neck. Now are aware that who we are. Because what it did was it triggered the awakening. It shifted the consciousness, a higher consciousness. It shifted us to knowing who we are. And so that's what's happening. Knowing who we are awakened. The energy that's on the inside of us, of awakening energy, which start stirring up our chakras, and we begin to align, because we are energy transporters. We are energy, y'all. We are energy. So therefore we are here to transmute energy, and that energy that has been around on this earth, that has been negative energy, that has been in this realm, that negative energy that's been causing hatred, that's been causing mistreatment. We have confronted that energy, that we're not taking it no longer. And those that are over this government, that's running this government, that's been behind this, allowing people to mistreat us, allowing people to been stealing from us, having us on the bottom like we're slaves and stuff, come over here and took our land and things. So we are confronting this energy that we no longer allow this to happen anymore. We're not going back to the way things were before. Change is on the scene. Justice is on the scene. Therefore, we're not returning to being mistreated. We're not going to turn this other cheek anymore. We're not doing that anymore, preachers. We're not doing that anymore. We're praying, yes, but we're not turning the other cheek and allow people to treat and waiting on God to come and do the deliverance. No, we are God. We are creator in human form, and therefore we know that if any deliverance is going to take place, it's going to come through these hands right here. It's going to come through this mind. It's going to come through our mouth. It's going to come through our heart chakra. It's going to come through us knowing who we are. So therefore, we're not going to be programmed, psychological program anymore, the way the preachers have been programming us. And let me tell you something. Woo! Let me calm down a little bit, because my daughter said, when I get a lot of energy coming to me, it comes out loud. When for 6,000 years, y'all, preachers, pastors have all been in on this, helping keep us oppressed and not knowing who. They've been helping us be called by all these labels: black, colored, Negro, Christian, to help hide our identity. They all have been a part of this. So I'm telling you, this has been a part of this game. When you have all these preachers for all these years and they haven't told you, you've been under the ministry for umpteen years and the minister has never told you that you Israel. And they've been telling you that the people over there in the land is Israel. You know where they talk about false prophets and stuff in the Bible, where you been listening to one all these years. Because if you think that your pastors and those congregational leaders and those that have power that's in these high places don't know who you are, they know who you are. They've been knowing who you are. That's why they've been had us down where we've been. That's why they've been had us programmed and calling ourselves black. Because when you call yourself black, when we continue to call ourselves by these bywords, we cannot claim our rights to our own land. We cannot claim our inheritance. That's why we've been programmed to call ourselves black. Let me step away, y'all, for a second. I got to get this. Actually, thought I unlocked the door, but I must have hit it back. So when we call ourselves by all these bywords and words, we cannot claim. Happy New Day, Miss Bessie. We can't claim our rights to our land, our nationality. We can't get our inheritance. So that's why you got the groups that were invented. Somebody came up with the group Black Lives Matter. So when you look in the dictionary, look up those words. Look and see who is the founder of the group called Black Lives Matter. And when you see that it's George Soros, a man that's a part of like the Ku Klux Klans and stuff. So we've been asleep, but the phoenix has risen now. So my babies that are marching out there, we got some more work to do. So the words that we're calling ourselves are words that are help keeping us oppressed, help keeping us locked down, help keeping us not getting what we are out to receive. So when we call ourselves black, on the books, black is an animal. On the books, black has no identity as being a human being. So the motive behind you calling yourself and being in a group called Black Lives Matter, the motive behind you calling yourself black, Negro, you look in the dictionary, because I remember I say everything is law in this land. Everything is law. And so when you look up the word black, remember what you were taught in school, that the word black is actually in the dictionary as an adjective. So when you were in school, what were you taught about a noun? A noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. So when we call ourselves black, it's an adjective. So you're talking about something else. So we're not black. It doesn't take a scientist or a genius for you to look in the mirror and see if you look like black. My hair is black. So my skin tone is not black. So we've been psychologically programmed to call ourselves black. So when they try to hide our identity, that's when they change the names, program us to change our name to call us something other than what we are. So we were African Americans. So all of this is a part of the psychological program, because if they can keep you calling yourself other than your national name, who you are, then you don't have any rights to your inheritance. And the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is an agreement between the Moroccans or the Moorish that of our inheritance. As long as we're calling ourselves Negro, black, colored, we don't have a right to our inheritance. So that's why they pushing for you to call you to be a part of the group Black Lives Matter. I'm not telling you not to march. So get this straight. I'm not telling you not to march. I'm not telling you not to fight for what is right. I'm not telling you that. But I'm telling you we need to get away from the labels, because that is psychological programming. when we're out there with the picket signs and it's got black on there, it's saying that we are ignorant and that we don't even know who we are. Black is not pertain to any nation at all. You don't have any identity when you're calling yourself black. And I share what I share in love because we are rising. We are reaching higher consciousness. And with us reaching higher consciousness comes truth, comes reality, comes enlightenment. So what I'm sharing with you is not out of love. It is awakening. Pay attention to the label that is on us. The group Black Lives Matter, not the word, just the word. Just the word. Let's see who is the founder. Who came up with that title? Who came up with it? So we need to pay attention. If we are calling ourselves black, we cannot receive our inheritance. We are the 12 tribes. We are the chosen seed of the Most High. We are Yisrael. We are Moors. That's our national name. We're in all the different religions. We're in Christian. We've been called Christian. We've been called Baptist. We've been called Methodist. But our national name is Moorish. I'm not saying this to cost you any. She just don't want us to call us black. She don't want us to want us to be called black. No. This land is governed by law. And therefore, there is an agreement between the Moroccans and United States. And in that agreement is our inheritance, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. I'm going to tell you something else. See, everybody know who we are except for us. We don't got so comfortable calling ourselves black. We've gotten comfortable calling ourselves colored. We've got comfortable calling ourselves Negroes. There are people in music industry that got the word black in their songs. And I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Say it loud. And I'm black and I'm proud. So I'm telling you, boy, y'all didn't know. This just, my phone just did a weird thing just now. It says recording, a time recording or something like that. I don't know. Something happened when I think I was saying something very important because it interrupted what I was saying. Those that are in music, that the music industry basically is owned by those people in Israel that have taken our place, y'all. And when I say taking our place, it means taking our identity. Because those that are over there that declared themselves a nation in 1948, the Edomites over there. So y'all hear what I'm saying? The Edomites, which are not the real people. We are the real nation of Israel. We are. And I could break that down even more. But I'm saying that's over there receiving over $20 million a month from United States, which knows that we are the chosen seed of the most. The United States know who we are. So they are all a part of this game and keeping our identity hidden. But the only ones that don't know who we are is ourselves. We're happy to call ourselves black. We're happy to call ourselves colored. We're happy to call ourselves a Negro. But see, we are not aware that we've been psychological programmed to call ourselves those names. And when you call yourself your name, you're not tied to any land. You don't have a country to back you up, even though you own your own land. But if you're black by those names and stuff, it's not tied to the land. And I'm going to tell you something else. These are something that you can ask the preacher that's been over y'all. Ask your preacher or your whoever, congregational leader, whoever leading you, about the secret treaty of Verano. Ask your congregation about that, your leader. Ask them about it. Ask them about the Clearfield document. Ask them about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Ask them about it. Everybody knows if they're receiving a 501c nonprofit congregational leaders, they are in this thing right here to keep your identity hidden in who you are. A lot of our brothers that have gone on woke up and began to start telling the masses who they are. And they took them out of here. Nipsey Hussle, Michael Jackson, all them, Kobe, they began to come reach consciousness, higher consciousness, and begin to alert the masses to who they are. They begin to tell you that you're not black, you're not a nigger, you're not colored, you're not either one of those. They begin to tell you that. They sent you all kind of signs and signals out here to identify, to let you know who you are. Even if you're not aware, our own flag is up there in the White House where they have the flags. The Moorish flags is up there also. Something that I had some stuff I wanted to read, but I'm gonna read the negative. Let me back up a little bit. The United States symbolized by the eagle in flight, flight, phoenix bird, which came out of the ashes, the fall of the Moabites and the Moorish Empire. The great lost estate, because see, we have an estate. The Moabites and the Moorish nation was overthrown by Franciscan Brotherhood. We were overthrown. We were taken over. So that's what you got up there that's running right here, that's running right there, that's governing this land, that's governing over us. We were overtaken. The negative economic, social condition of the descendants of the Moabite nation labeled Negro, Black, Colored, etc. is because the Moors are war booty, prisoners of war. We are prisoners of war in our own land. That's why they have gone to the extreme to put on documents and stuff. Black, colored, Negro, all of those words to identify you because you are prisoners of war. And the prisoners of war is here in our mind, which means in our mind we are psychologically in prison in our mind because we don't know who we are. And there, what's his name? Carter Woodson put out The Miseducation of the Negro. We are prisoners of war in our own land. The Morocco is America. This is the Americas. If we are in our own land, but we in a prison in our mind, we don't even know this is our land. We've been programmed that our land is in another part of Africa. But as I shared before, Africa is everywhere. Africa is everywhere. And you travel around the world, you're going to see people that look like us. The tribes are everywhere. The hexapha displays in glory over the head of the eagle on the seal of United States of America indicates de facto trusteeship over the great Maghreb, Morocco, far west. So over this here, it's like the seal. See here, over here shows we have an estate, y'all, but everybody's getting drawn from our estate. Everybody's getting our money. Everybody is drawing from this estate. So let me tell you how they drawing from the estate. Every time you enter into a contract with something, when you go buy a car, when you go buy a house, they're all drawing out of your estate. That's why they went to the extreme to give us a social security number. That's why they went to the extreme to give us a birth certificate so that they can tap into your estate. Even though they are like, they say they are the, when you have the beneficiary over your estate, they're the ones that's over looking after your estate. So the well-being of because you incompetent of knowing that you have an estate. So they looking at the well-beings of you. So let's see. Are they looking after our well-being? Because looks like majority of us in low-income houses, Let's see if they're looking after the well-being of us. Majority of us getting food stamps. Majority of us getting AFB checks. Majority of us are considered low income, right? A majority of, I'm saying, because they're watching over our estate, because we have an estate. So with our estate, so I guess they're only giving us a certain amount of money out of our estate so that they can get the other part of our estate. Even though we low income, we working these jobs, and it looks like on these checks and stuff that we're getting, they got everybody else's name on my check stub, except for my name, really, because the most of the ones that's getting the money out of there is getting money out of my estate. So what are we getting? So it don't look like they handling our estate well at all. And so this is not new information that I'm sharing. I'm telling you that those that are in these high places, I'm going to tell you that the president, all of them, let's say the preachers, those that have ruler over you, all know who you are, except for you. And now that you are awaking to higher conscious, to know who you really are, you are aware that you are home and that this is your land. Powerful. Let's go up. I can't read that yet. Back here. Much of the true history and culture of the Moorish nation is preserved and taught in the Masonic lodges and secret society of North America and the world. So, police officers know who you are. Sheriff departments know who you are. The military know who you are. All of them know who we are, except for us. We are the people of the United States, are the people of the land, the indigenous sovereign people of the Morocco's Americas, who inhabited the northwestern, southwestern shores of Africa, Morocco. The Americas run from Alaska to Argentina, including the adjoining islands. These are the descendants of ancient Moabites, the Moors. The Great Seal is the emblem of the Moorish nation. These people from the north and to the south are the Moroccans, the Americans. North, south, central. This is the first party entity in the preamble of the Constitution. So I can tell you one thing. When you look up the word white in the dictionary, the word white people are not Americans. And I'm not saying this in a hateful way. When you use a dictionary to look up, if you're going to look up black, you might as well look up white, because you're under the color code of law. When we call ourselves black, we enter into the color code of law, and that's why they judge you by the color code of law, because you're calling yourself a label. And I did have a copy of it, but it's somewhere. I got a lot of papers on my desk. We, the people of the United States, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Therefore, the United States of America is the Justice Act, Guild of European Companies. They are chartered, second party entity in a political state of union. The 13 colonies were with government audience department. I want you to listen to the words that I just said. Government audience department. So on the money, it's written on there, "In God we trust." The GOD stands for Government Audience Department. It does not mean the Most High, the God or the Creator. It means Government Audience Department. That's what those three letters mean on the money. It has nothing to do with God, the creator. It has nothing to do with creator at all. God. This established the basis for peace and law treaties between the Albion, English, Angles, and indigenous Moors. The Article of Confederation of 1781 to 1789 is the Charter of the United States of America. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787 unites the two people in duly involved government. These two entities became one, and they have broken and they have not honored the Treaty of Peace and Friendship because you don't know who you are. You don't know about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. That's why we've been treated the way we've been treated, because we call ourselves something else outside of who our nationality is, so they don't have to honor the Treaty of Peace and Friendship because you don't know that you are Moorish. You don't know your nationality. And you don't have a right to your own land. You don't have a right to your own estate. No, I heard somebody saying, well, she talking about being a part of a group. No, this nationality. I'm not taking your religion. This ain't got nothing to do with religion. You show me where Christian is a nationality. You show me that. Show me where religion is a nationality. I'm talking about your right to your own land, your right to be who you are, your right to know yourself, your rights to your estate. That's what I'm talking about. Because this is your land, and everybody else know this your land except for you, except for us. I'm not going to leave myself out. Everybody knows this is our land except for us. We're talking about we come from another part of Africa, because all of this is Africa. Mother is everywhere. So we have been psychologically programmed to believe and to say that Africa is over there, but Africa is here as well. We're everywhere. And this is all a part of this program so people can keep tapping into the estate. Because how do you think the preachers them keep getting all this money? How do you think this? You think it's just from the tithes and all that? Oh, they're getting more money that you don't even know, you're not aware of. It goes higher than what we know. It goes higher and higher and higher and higher. The Pope them getting money. The United Nations, them people getting money. All of them getting money from our estates, except for us. The fake Jews over there getting our money. Because we don't know who we are. We let them take our identity. We didn't let them, but they took it. They took our place over there. As well as that's our land too. So everybody's going into what's called the melting pot. Look at that up, the melting pot. Because that has to do with us. They're taking our money, our state, our inheritance. It's being given out like this. And we're not even aware of it. So really, this is why they've been trying to kill us, because they say you're better off dead than alive, because if you leave out of here, they're the ones are the beneficiary of the estate. So they get all of the money. Your family don't get nothing. You may have a little insurance and it's going to say probably 10,000, something like that. But your estate is much huge, much larger than that. And so you're not aware of it. So they're piggybacking on all the money going in their accounts. So that's why you think they're up there trading in the stock market. They're trading cows and pigs and all this stuff. They're trading your numbers and stuff too. So I'm just sharing with what I know from my research, from what I'm aware of. And so we've been in religion so much. We've been in religion. We've been programming. We've been asleep. And we just been going to church. And we've been just sitting under these messages and allowing the preacher just preach us these, these messages about love your neighbor. These messages about blessings and all that. But the preacher ain't preaching what nationality is. The preacher ain't preaching who I am. The preacher ain't preaching about how important I need to learn law. The preacher's not preaching that. The preacher's preaching how I need to be a tither. The preacher's preaching about how I need to work in the church and work on all these organizations. But the preacher ain't preaching about nationality. The preacher ain't preaching about who we really are, so that we can awaken and claim who our rights to our land, our rights to our estate. The preacher ain't preaching that. The preacher, and I'm going to tell you, T.D. Jakes and all the rest of them, Benny Hinn and all the rest of them know who you are. They know who you are. That's why they want you to keep going to their seminars and stuff and keep giving your money, because they know who you are. It's all magic and rituals and things they've been working on us. That's all it is. It's magic. It's rituals. When you call yourself by these words, a black, colored, Negro, it's magic. They're using rituals on us, and they've had us under the sleep trance for over 6,000 years. But the phoenix has risen from the dead. Sometimes, yeah, I be listening too. I listen. Let's go. The adoption of the Constitution of the United States of America of 1789 is derived from Moore's Law. Do y'all hear what I said? The adoption of the Constitution. That's why we need to know law. That's why we need to know the Constitution. It is our own. The adoption of the Constitution of United States of America of 1789 is derived from the Moore's Law. The late Moorish government setting the course of the subsequent history in these lands. This is why the United States has two seals. The Pyramid Great Seal is the original United States seal. And I'm going to make a quote right here. You can remember what Dr. Martin Luther King says. I've already been to the mountain, right? And he said, I've seen the promised land. Those were all code words that Dr. Martin Luther King was sharing with us. But see, we were asleep and we were not aware, some of us. But those that are in Mason, those are Mason secret code words. They know. If you are Mason, I'm going to tell you, people that are Masons know what I'm sharing already. Because the majority of the sheriff departments are Masons. The Pyramid Great Seal of the original United States Confederation Republic of the Moorish Empire. We are as a republic. We are republic land. We are a republic. We're not democratic. Where did democratic come in? See, this is another part of the programming, because the Moorish were not democratic. And you have majority of most black people, well, not most black people, majority of Moorish people are democratic. Who brought that in? And you ask, well, what am I? I know one thing, my son said he's Republic. And I don't know if he was even aware of what a powerful statement he had made. Because the Moorish, as Moorish, we are Republic. We are not democratic. This is not democratic land. The Moors were sometimes referred to in the United States of history as British, B-R-U-T-I-S-H. Going to help you identify where we are in the books. The British is referred to as the British are the red coats. Look it up in history books to see who the red coats are. The Moorish flag is red with a 5-point green star in the center. Our flag is red with a 5-point green star in the middle of it. The Al Moroccan United States flag is the continental flag. The flag that we have with the red and the American flag is a continental flag. It's a flag that they flew when they were sailing ships. The flag is red. Our flag is red with green cedar pine tree in a white cannon. It was cut down after the Moorish flag of 1774, 1777. In 1789, this is where you get where it talks about, it says George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. This is where this comes from. This is our history. George Washington was elected to the supreme executive authority in the Moorish Palace, now called the White House. The White House was called the Moorish Palace. They changed the name to the White House. The continental flag is also called the Treaty Flag of Confederation. Republic, Continental, United States. Another well-kept Masonic secret. See, the Masons know who we are. That's why you don't see too much of sheriff. At least I haven't seen it. I haven't seen where a lot of the sheriff people are mistreating Moorish people. I see more police officers and stuff. So I haven't really. If the sheriffs are mistreating, I haven't seen anybody post anything about that, because most of the sheriff people are Masons. They know Masonic secrets. They know this secret. They know about the Moabite woman. They know it. They know Moorish law. They know who we are. So when we are getting in a lot of these situations we have to deal with, and you have to stop calling the police, stop calling the sheriff department, because they honor the treaty of treaty and friendship. They know the Constitution. They know the agreement between the Moorish and the United States. The opposite side of the seal, the flying eagle, is the seal of the colony states of United States of the Union. Trying to see where I'm going to stop at. The United States of America shown today as the central point of North Continent of the Americas. It is bordered by Canada at the north and bordered at the south by Mexico. See all that land? These are the two United States. So I'm going to talk about the Union. And then I got to get off here. The Union, a uniting or connecting of two or more into one. See here? These two seals, they are one. So when they're up there speaking, the Speaker of the House and the President giving their address, State of the Union, see where they're standing. Because they're not standing under the Moabites seal. You know why? Because we have not taken our place. And I'm sure some of you have wondered why you have not stood up under the seal. Why they have not stood over the seal? Because that's our place. And now we are rising up out of the ashes to know who we are. We're taking our place. But we have to get away from these labels. We have to get away from these bywords. We have to get away from the psychological programming. Because all these words that we've been programmed to call ourselves they keep us from identifying who we are. They keep us from our nationality, claiming our estate. So this is what we that are on this journey of spirituality. And then what's coming to me to share this, before, the only ones that had spirituality were the pastors and, all these religious leaders. They're the only one that was able to have spirituality. That's why you were going to them to pray for you and all this. They the only one was allowed. No, they wasn't allowed. They were only ones that programmed us that they could get a prayer through. But that's not true. They program us that way. We all are spirituality. We are all spiritual beings. We are the chosen seed of the Most High. We are a creator seed in human form. That's who we are. So, I'm getting off. I am Yanice, the Oracle of Love and Free Will. I've had so much love and joy and happiness being on here. You can meet with me on my YouTube channel, Yanice One. You can connect with me also on my Instagram, Yanice 2018. You connect with me on my Facebook, which you're doing now. I am so grateful that you joined my live today. Elements Unlimited is also my website that is in the working. So I say to you all today, continue to know who you are. You are arising. Shalom.